agents of the unexplained. Grab your gear and let's journey into the mysterious world of cryptids and the paranormal. Get ready for an adventure into the unknown. Listen carefully as you're guided through the unexplained and cryptid phenomena that challenge our understanding of reality. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Oh, I forgot to put myself in the state. Oh, geez, old man. I'm trying to get things going on there. See, there it is. Technology sucks. But no, seriously, folks. It's going to be an interesting show. I got a great guy on. Everyone knows how much I love and respect him because he does do what he says he's going to do. He's going to study the subject, figure it out, and he'll put up a damn argument. Actually, I seen him do an argument yesterday, I think it was. But anyhow, let me bring it in. Hey, my favorite troll.
Hey, what's up, Bill? How you doing?
I'm doing good if I learn how to use my controls. But
technology, man, it's not anybody's friend. I'm telling you.
Not lately.
No.
Like you and me spoke before about that. Go and touch base real quick.
Okay.
On a couple of things, and then we're going to go into the Raven Knocker. Number one, where in the hell have you been?
Well, I've been around. I'm elusive. I'm kind of like a cryptid myself. You think you see me, and then I disappear, and then you're like, where is he?
You have not been popping in, trolling like you used to.
I know. I feel so guilty I haven't been trolling you, but I'll make up for it. I'll troll the living hell out of you.
I had to open that door, didn't I?
You sure did. See, now that you said something, I'm going to put on my troll thinking cap, and I'm like, oh.
There's Bill.
There's Bill. Time to troll him.
But, you know, did you start writing that book yet?
Yeah, the Wendigo book is almost done. It's almost done. I'm rounding the final corner of it. It's taking a long time. You know, I mean, when somebody said it was going to be easy to write a book, they lied. They absolutely lied.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They lied. I am convinced they're total liars, and they set me up for this. So,
I'll let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
I'm writing one too.
Nice. What's the topic?
Bigfoot. And
right.
my experience that I've had.
Okay.
In dealing with some of these different people and the way they research and the way they think. Some people might not like it.
Hey, man.
Some people might applaud it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going right from my heart.
I want to read that. I want to read it, dude. Because, I mean, Kenny Thibodeau and I, we talk about this a lot, how there's almost a bias in this cryptid field. Like, people want to hear certain things. And if you don't agree with that, they try to out you. Like, you're not a good person. You're not a good researcher. And to me, that's BS. That is total BS.
Yes. I don't consider myself a great researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With all honesty. Because I don't get out there like a lot of these researchers do.
Okay.
Because I have other commitments and my health wasn't right and the whole 9 yards. So I don't put myself up like I'm a really good researcher.
Well, hold on. What's your definition of a great researcher then, Bill?
Les Odell.
Okay. So what makes him so great as opposed to you, though?
He researches the whole 9 yards of it. Okay.
Sure.
The area.
Okay.
The history. He goes on the internet. He goes to the library. He talks to the people in person, which I do that too. That part.
Mm-hmm.
And then go research the area.
All right. So then let me break it down to you like this. Okay. He has his methods. You have yours. That does not mean that you're not a great researcher, Bill. It just means you have different styles. You have different tactics. different methods, different methodologies.
I need to apply his methodology to it.
Okay.
To mine, because I feel he does a better job than me. I really feel that, and I really do believe he does.
Well, let's look at it this way too. Nobody has come up with all the final answers yet. So everybody's doing their part just in different ways.
That's true. Hello, Danny. There, can you see it?
Yep. What's up, Danny?
Uh,
We got Bonnie there too. What's up, Bonnie? Hello.
yeah, I try to make some money from her when we were at Hotel Conneaut, but not enough people there so I can get the right amount of money off from her, because I was going to sell her.
Wow.
I was going to split the money with her mom.
Oh boy. Oh, she's gonna have words for you after the show, brother.
Oh, she's gonna get me. She'll get me.
Yep. Bonnie, just remember I wasn't involved in this.
Yeah, you were. You're the one that edged it on. I'll talk to you on the phone.
Hey, we agreed that was going to be a secret, Bill. Come on, man. What are you doing?
You're just throwing me under the bus.
True. I'm trolling you. That's what I'm doing.
Yes. But no, BJ, she's a great woman. And Calvin, her husband, they're good people. And they live up in the Appalachia.
Ooh, I'm not jealous at all. Not one bit.
Well, the Alleghenies, which is part of it.
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah. So I'm jealous of that.
I am too. I'll admit it. I'm jealous.
Uh-oh. BJ just sent me something in the mail yesterday.
Oh,
well, if it's in the snail mail, I won't get it till March. Her mail and my mail, I don't know what's up with it. She could send something out, and it'll take 2 days or 2 weeks.
Wow. Big time difference.
Yeah. Snail mail. And, but yeah, like I said, I don't feel I'm as good of a researcher as some of the people, but I know I'm better than some too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another way to look at it, because you get some people that just don't do any research at all. They just give their facts, and say that's that.
But the thing is, I gained a lot of experience, not knowledge, but experience being out there.
Right.
I did gain a little bit of knowledge.
There you go.
The thing is, I'll never be on the level of some of these researchers because I can't get out there like they do. But I can help figure things out from my end.
Well, let me give you a friendly advice. I'm going to give you some friendly advice as your friend, Bill. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just if you love doing it, just have a great time doing it.
I do.
Doesn't matter.
But I know once I get this book down and printed, I know I'm going to catch slack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? That's to be expected, though, Bill. If you did it right, you're going to get some lashback. Okay.
Yeah.
If you did it wrong, nobody's going to even bother reading it. It's going to not even exist in their minds. But if you're getting people yelling at you, going, "How dare you say this?" You did it right.
Yeah.
Because you get some people's attention.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
See, for a young guy, you're not all that stupid.
I tried that. I have my moments. I have my moments. Don't doubt me. I have
folks. Let me tell you, we were picking on each other about age.
Oh yeah.
Just before the show, so of course I keep it going.
Of course. Yeah. See, Hannah knows what's going on. Read Hannah's comment.
I just did. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. I I'm allowed to feel the way I do about
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
that part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny, you going there? All right.
Mm-hmm.
See that yeah, and I still try to get out there. This year, but really suck ass with my health, but you know I still haven't been able to get out there as much. Now the weather's changed to getting cold, and it's like, do I really want to go out and catch pneumonia again? But I'm going to get out more. I don't care.
Dude, I wish it'd get cold over here. It's not getting cold over here. Come over to Arizona. We'll do some research out here, brother.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to.
It's 81 degrees today, so we'd be nice and toasty outside.
You're a shithead.
I know. I'm aware.
I think we hit 52 today.
Oh, I would kill to have that kind of weather.
And we had this past Sunday we had sleet.
Ooh, yeah, no, I can do without that. Thank you.
And Danny, that is true. I love an armchair researcher and an investigator. I love that. I do a little bit of that, but I'd rather be out there in the woods checking it out, researching it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm actually looking into a Bigfoot case here in Arizona where I'm at, so that's going to be really interesting to see.
It's not Wendigo.
Well, no, I mean,
Raven Knocker.
Yeah, we don't get those down here, but yeah, we get Bigfoot down here in Arizona. And one of the I know.
Stepping on our toes now, are you?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, when somebody calls me and says, "Hey, I saw this, and I need you to look into it for me," there you go.
Yep. And you jump right in it.
Heck yes, I do.
That's the thing. We researched it. We try to debunk it.
Yep.
The whole 9 yards. And Hannah, I told you that before on about everything's not Bigfoot. I know Mike and Shane has drilled that at you too. But when I get in the woods with someone that everything's Bigfoot, that just drives me over the edge.
Yeah, me too. And what we're talking about tonight definitely is not Bigfoot. The Kalanu Akaliski, definitely not a Bigfoot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's go there because I really don't know that much about it.
Well, get ready to have some nightmares tonight, Bill, because I'm going to give them to you.
You said that before, and I still haven't had a nightmare. So
yeah, you'll have one tonight, though. All right, the Kalanu Akaliski, it stems from the Cherokee belief. In the Cherokee spiritual belief, they have a pantheon of evil and malevolent spirits that haunt the tribes. They're known as the Sunayi Idahi. And the worst of the Sunayi Idahi is the Kalanu Akaliski, the raven mocker. They call this thing the heart eater, the death bringer. And what it does, it's a spirit that shows up around the dead, the sick, and the dying, okay? And it will prey on the sick. It'll try to eat their heart without even piercing their flesh. The reason why it's after their heart is because when it eats the heart of a human being, that energy from the human being adds years onto the raven mocker's life. So essentially, this thing comes out when somebody's, sick or whatever, to steal their energy so that it can prolong its own existence.
Damn, we are close to Halloween.
Mm-hmm. I told you.
Oh man, that just went up to here on me. It's like Halloween. That Raven Knocker, son of a bitch.
I told you. I warned you.
Wow, this. But that's just in the Cherokee thing.
No, it spread to other tribes. I mean, it started with the Cherokee, but you got to remember, the tribes do share oral traditions with one another. Okay. So as these oral traditions are spread on, the beliefs are adopted as well. So different tribes have different versions of it. You know, you can even kind of compare them to the Yinaradushi and the Wendigo, because they're both feared the same way that the Raven Mocker is feared. You know, the Cherokee don't even like to talk about the name Raven Mocker because they feel that it's going to bring this evil entity into existence just by saying its name.
Wow. Okay. Now, like with the Wendigo and the Raven Knocker, those are all demonic. Am I right?
I guess in a way you could call them demonic. I prefer to say maybe they're ultra terrestrial or interdimensional kind of spirits, that they exist on a different plane, except for when the conditions are right. Then they can merge into our world and they do what they, you know, they're supposed to do. They come to have their quest completed, if you will, you know, for the lack of a better term. But when there's somebody that's, you know, dying, no matter the age, it can be an infant, it can be, you know, a teenager, someone in their 20s, when they're dying, the Raven Mocker picks up on that energy and it's drawn to that individual. And only certain medicine men can actually see the Raven Mocker. So the person that's sick or dying, they have the disadvantage because they're not going to see that Raven Mocker right away.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ain't cool.
I know. I imagine being haunted by something that you can't see. So you got to pray that there's a medicine man within your tribe that has the gift of sight, that can see this kind of spirit, this night goer. Because if nobody can see it, they can't help you.
And reason it's called a Raven Knocker, does it look like a raven?
Yes, it'll take on the form of a raven sometimes, and it'll sound like a raven. When it makes its call, it has a cry to let people know that it's on its way. It sounds like a mournful raven times 10. So the volume's like, you know, way up here, whereas a normal raven's volume is down here. So that's how they know there's a Raven Mocker somewhere. And they say that sometimes it sounds like a raven taking a deep dive, and that means the wings, because you'll hear the wings of a raven go. Yes. So when they hear that, they know that's an indication, oh, the Raven Mocker might be nearby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like a Grim Reaper, Danny.
Yeah, Danny, it's a lot like that. And it's kind of funny because, like, you know, in the European version of the Grim Reaper, it's the skull head, the black cloak, the scythe, you know, stuff like that. Raven Mocker, though, will sometimes appear as an old woman or an old man, but they're really haggard. They're really skinny. They look really exhausted and drained. They have a long black cloak, and sometimes they'll have raven feathers on their arms.
Okay. Probably looked a lot like me back in June without the cloak.
Could be. Yeah. That's a dark comparison, Bill, but okay. I'll allow it.
Well, you said old and haggard looking. I know I look like that.
Yeah. But yeah, only certain medicine men can actually stop this thing. So if there's an individual or a group of people being haunted by a Raven Mocker, this certain shaman has to step in. He can either use fire or he'll actually create a spring snare trap to stop the Raven Mocker. Oh. And what he'll do is, like, he'll set a certain kind of trap around the home. And when a Raven Mocker enters, it'll ensnare the Raven Mocker and make it visible. So the Raven Mocker's greatest weakness, though, if you see a Raven Mocker and you lock eyes with it, you actually take away its life. It'll die within a week.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
BJ wants to know, is this where the omen of the raven comes from, or is that just a coincidence?
Yes and no. Certain parts of the Raven Mocker were adopted into that, but you got to remember, a lot of cultures take indigenous lore and they kind of adopt it in a little bit, and they kind of mold it and shape it so it fits whatever they want to teach that certain thing.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because when she said that, I'm like, well, maybe, but maybe not. But I don't know.
Well, you can kind of see it because, I mean, some people associate ravens with bad luck. You know, like you see a raven and think, oh, it's death. I mean, Edgar Allan Poe, the raven wasn't a good thing. You know, so it was kind of trickled down into different cultures. And that happens a lot. Bigfoot's another prime example.
Yeah. And I still get this stupid ass question about Bigfoot.
Uh-oh, which one? Which stupid ass question?
Are they mean?
I mean, they Could be, I suppose. If you cross the wrong one.
Up there at Marionville, Forest County Bigfoot, we did the round table with all the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle Man got up and was asked that question.
Okay.
You get close to them, do they get mean? Turtle Man says, yes, most definitely, every time. I went, bullshit. And I thought I said it low.
He heard you, huh?
He heard me. He said, no, I'm telling you. And
Bill.
he goes on for his he went on with his story. And then Jim Bordell from Mountain Man. He's the next one that got to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Mothman 46 is out there.
Hey, Mothman, I haven't seen you in a good minute, dude. What is up, my guy?
But Jim said mine was at a real long distance, so I can't answer that. But I think Bill has something to say.
Well, I mean, here's my take on that.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's what I said to him, and you're going to love this. I'm going to say, well, maybe for Turtle Man, because they don't like his yee. But I says, the one I seen at 15 foot did not get aggressive, did not get mean. It was checking me out more than I was checking it out. Mm-hmm. I says, and my take on this is, if you get close to a young one, you interrupt the hunt.
Yep.
Or Mama threw him out of bed and he wasn't happy about it. And everyone started laughing at that part.
I could see it.
Yeah, I says, but no, they're not all mean.
Yeah, not all of them, no. But I mean, you have to take into account, though, that there are indigenous stories, though, of Bigfoot that were nothing but straight assholes.
Yes.
Case in point, the Genosqua. Genosqua were said to come down from the mountains, and they would actually, they would hunt the tribes, and they would kill the people to eat them. So you had those, but I think it depends on where you are. I think it really does depend on what area you're in, time of season. If prey is scarce and a Bigfoot happens across a human being, why wouldn't they be like, ooh, an easy meal, yummy?
Yes.
Because I'm sure we look like Happy Meals with legs. Honestly, we could be Happy Meals with legs today.
I'm sorry. You and me would be like a toothpick to them.
Yeah, I mean, I most definitely would. I just have to look at that Bigfoot and be like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, Bigfoot. I'm not even worth the energy, man. You're not going to get much meat off these bones. So, but if you want to go eat Bill or something, he's over there.
Yeah, he got a little gut on him, so he has a little more meat to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. But no, seriously, I've heard where a group down in Arizona, in one part of Arizona, there's a group of Bigfoot that can be mean. And are very aggressive.
Yes.
But then in another part of Arizona, they're not. So,
Well, from what I've heard, the mean ones are near the Mogollon Rim area. And that's not too close to me, but it's close enough. But there were stories of the Mogollon monster chasing, little kids, Boy Scouts and whatnot. So it could be either the kids were loud and annoying or it was hungry or whatever. I don't know.
Hannah got a good question for you.
Yes, Hannah. Yes, it absolutely does. I mean, I think it's more prone, kind of like the Wendigo is. It's more prone to go over and hunt the Native American people rather than the Caucasian folk, because those people, the natives, the Cherokee and all them, they have the strongest belief in something like that. And if my theory about it being interdimensional or whatever is true, that belief is very potent and very powerful, and it needs that belief in order to affect you. So yes, Native Americans who hold that belief so sacred, that's the ones that's going after.
I can't say I don't hold their beliefs sacred, because I do.
Right.
Even though I'm the white man, because I trust a lot of their philosophies.
Right.
Because a lot of that stuff's been handed down word for word.
Yeah, for
generations.
thousands of years.
Yeah, generations to generations.
Right. And
So,
it never changes. The stories
no.
never change. Yeah, and that's something a lot of people don't realize is when we get the oral traditions from the tribes, it's told, from relative to relative to relative to from tribe to tribe, word per word as it was first told thousands of years ago. We come in sometimes and we change it up a little bit, and that's the problem where we lose the true meaning for it.
Right. And what I can't remember, was you or someone else that told me this, that with the Native Americans, they make the young repeat it word per word exactly.
Yep.
So they know exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's because to them, these aren't just stories. Okay. To them, this is a life lessons. This is how to survive, how to live. So when your elder is telling you the story of the Raven Mocker and you're a young boy, you're going to listen very intently. You're going to just hang on every single word he has to say.
Yeah. And I was that way with a lot of our history lessons. I could sit there and listen and pick up on it all.
Yeah.
And because I was fascinated by it.
Right.
And that's like the Raven Knox, that would fascinate some young Native American. It'd be like, oh, wow.
Fascinated me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. Yeah, I even ticked off my 8th grade teacher. He gave me a 50 question test because I wouldn't take notes. But every test he gave us, 10-point quizzes, I passed. He says tomorrow you're getting a 50 questions. And then I'm thinking, oh shoot. And he says, if you get 100%, you won't have to take notes the rest of the year.
Whoa.
I went, okay, you're on. I took the book home with me because I knew he's going to jump ahead. Right here, Bonnie's on. So I passed 100%. Bill, I've heard several times that it's common to say Bigfoot in areas where there is also UFOs.
Hey, Val.
How you doing, Val? Yes, and are they extraterrestrial? Well, what do you think, Ryan?
Well, it's funny because I discussed this with Robert Prevost the other day. We were talking about the UFO Bigfoot connection. Now, it could be that it's coincidence that people see the lights and then they see Bigfoot, or it might not be coincidence. So, I mean, is it maybe that the Bigfoot are also attracted by the UFOs, that they see those strange lights and they come out to see what it is? Maybe they're curious like we are. Do I think they're extraterrestrial? No,
you're more flesh and blood.
Yeah.
That I do know. But all right. Here's the thing too. The mass abductions that they had back, I can't remember the date.
Mm-hmm.
Several of the people that came to while on the spaceship saw Bigfoot.
Okay.
In the ship. So can they be? Was these people just thinking they seen it?
It's possible. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not possible.
Yeah, you're right, Mox man. And actually, speaking of, Stan Gordon.
Oh.
I accidentally knocked my camera off. Come on.
Yep.
There we go.
Technology is not your friend today, Bill. Okay.
Silent Invasion, the UFO Bigfoot Casebook, Stan Gordon.
I mean, there's a possibility. We got to be so open to say that there's a chance, okay? We can't say no, it's not true. There's no way it's possible. We just don't know. That's one thing that we have to admit, that we don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
Now, see, Bonnie, I agree with that. I've said it a lot of times. I feel there's more than one thing going on with Bigfoot, Dogman, and a lot of the other cryptids that we're seeing. I think some of them might be thought forms. I don't want to say tulpa because tulpa is too powerful of a word, but I think that they're so implanted in the subconscious of the people that we're always thinking about them. And the energies from those thoughts, they got to go somewhere, so maybe we're creating some kind of thought forms that we think are flesh and blood, and that's why they disappear. That's why we don't find them again, because they were temporary thought forms.
All right. Like here in Pennsylvania, they found this trackway in the field.
Right.
And by the time it got to the middle of the field, the tracks were gone.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Where'd they go? What happened to the Bigfoot?
Where did they disappear to?
Now, if you say that in a flesh and blood group, you're excommunicated real quick.
Sadly, yes, you are.
Here's my point. We don't effing know what's going on there.
No.
Quit closing your damn mind. Open up your mind, because all of us could be wrong.
Oh, absolutely. That's something that researchers got to admit, that there's a big chance that every single one of our theories is really far off and that we were in no way correct.
Yeah, and BJ's mom, she heard what I said.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah, BJ's mom at hotel client came and listened to me talk.
Okay.
And she heard me say, yeah, Mothman, you're 110% right.
That's true.
The flag I got flying out front of my place on the flagpole got the UFO with the tractor beam with a Bigfoot on the ground. Yes.
Nice.
That's a very good possibility. We don't know.
Yeah.
So when you just close your mind off and go with flesh and blood, or, oh no, they're extraterrestrial or interdimensional, you go any of those ways and not have an open mind, you're hurting yourself in the research.
Yes.
And I'm very dead set on that one. And
once you stop learning, that's the problem.
Yes. And I was on this young kid's podcast. He don't like watching TV. He don't like playing computer games.
Okay.
He makes puppets, cryptid puppets.
Oh, nice.
He does a podcast and he does research of it.
Okay.
He does more library research than he does it in the field, which is fine.
Right.
Yeah. They're supposed to be coming to my conference in March.
Oh, nice.
And if possible, I'm going to give them 15 minutes up on the stage. And hey, Mark, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, Mark?
I'll give him 15 minutes up on the stage because he's very into it, and he does a lot of studying and researching.
Good. That's what's needed.
Yeah. And 60 plus years of research, Stan got to know something. I know there's people that don't like him, but he has a wealth of information. And so,
So I think what it is, though, is like you need to just be able to read other people's theories and opinions. You don't have to believe them. Just consider them. You don't have to buy it hook, line, and sinker. You don't have to back it 100%, but leave it as an option. Because we don't know. We may not know for many, many years now. So keeping it open.
Exactly. And I agree 110% because the thing is, everyone do their research and they keep it to themselves. They're hurting everyone else. And that's why I'm writing my book. That's why Stan Gordon writes his. Doug Waller, he wrote all the those ones, 6 of them.
That's why I'm writing mine.
And a lot of Doug's is other people's experiences.
Right. And that's okay.
And I agree with that.
So like with Bigfoot though, I mean, I'm interchangeable when it comes with Bigfoot. If somebody's got a good idea, I will absolutely listen to it. I'll entertain you, tell me why you think that and how you came to that conclusion. But with things like the Raven Mocker though, I'm very dead set on believing they're a spiritual kind of interdimensional thing, because Cherokee people have told me that's what it is. It's a spirit. It's not something you're ever going to find in flesh and blood form. So, if a Cherokee tells me that's what it is, I'm going to take his or her word for it.
Yes. And I take a lot of their words for it.
100%.
Because this stuff's handed down. Now, a friend of mine actually said, like how the white people, you say one thing to one person, and they'll tell the same story to the next one, but it starts changing. Then by the time it comes back, it's totally changed. The Native Americans don't do that.
No.
They make them know, remember it word for word. They don't just change the story.
Well, what people got to remember is the tribes didn't have a Bible. Okay. They didn't have a collected book like, a lot of other races have. So when the shamans or the elders or the parents or whatever handed down these oral traditions, that was not only their belief system, they're handing down their history, they're handing down their spirituality, they're teaching lessons, they're teaching people how to survive and how to avoid these evil entities that you're going to run into. And I think people really need to take them far more seriously than they have been taking them.
And I can honestly say the Native Americans did warn us about what's happening in the world now.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Don't trust the white man. Truthfully, look at us.
Yeah. They're pretty bad right now. So
yeah. Don't trust the white man, and they're right. I ran into more crap because of the white man.
Yeah. It's a shame we can't be in harmony, man. Just, live off of nature and just get along with one another,
And that's why I enjoy my solitude in the woods.
I don't blame you.
And
yes, Mothman.
Yes.
Exactly.
110%.
Yep. That's why when it came to doing this research, Bill, I knew it was important to get it from the source. So when I was doing my Yinarushi research, I went right to the Dene people. I overshot the white dudes and I went right to the Navajo. When I was studying the Raven Mocker, I reached out to Cherokee people, so I go right to the tribal members. I don't go to anybody else. I go right to them and I let them tell me what they were told by their grandfathers and their great grandfathers.
Well, my buddy is putting together different Native Americans that do a conference on what they think and believe what Bigfoot is.
That would be amazing.
And it's coming to fruition. We're just getting it nailed down to when.
I am so
get them all together.
I am all about that, 100%.
Yeah, and it's going to be awesome.
I need to be there. I need to be to that one, man. It's
going to be near me here in PA.
I'll find a way. Dude, if I get to become Superman overnight, wear a red cape and fly to you, I'll freaking fly to you. I'm afraid of heights too, but I'll still fly to you.
So is my daughter, and she flew to LA and back this past weekend.
I'm not saying I'll enjoy the flight, but I'll still do it.
As soon as he gets everything locked in, I will be making all kind of posts about it. So Val, you'll see it.
You better.
Everybody will see it because I believe this will all shine my conference. My conference is huge. And that's not bragging. It's just telling the truth. My conference is huge. And this will outshine it. I know it will.
If you get that put together, though, Bill, he has to have somebody tell the 7 grandfather teachings, because that is such an awesome oral tradition. And it features a Quiche Sabe. That's the Iroquois Bigfoot, and it's a very important story. And ironically, a lot of the researchers in this field are going against the very thing that Bigfoot, the Quiche Sabe, teaches in that story. He teaches honesty. You know, and you get all these people hoaxing it and making up this bull crap. It's like, you realize that Quiche Sabe would look at you and be like, yeah, no, that's not what I told you to do. So
right. And let's see. See, he's doing all the work. I'm going to help him once it's all together.
Let me know. Let me know.
And he already knows. I told him, I said, I'm going to put that on blast, buddy.
Better. He has to be like William Nighthawk. William Nighthawk is a wealth of information. He's a Lakota. He's a shaman and an elder. So if he can talk about...
I'm not sure, but I think he did contact him.
Oh, good. Fantastic. I
think he did. Don't quote me on this. I will ask him. I think William Nighthawk, he's getting some of the local natives too, and some from New York and Canada. So this is going to be very, very well covered.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I just wish it'd come together quicker.
Yeah. Now
so much to learn. So much to learn.
Yes.
And as much as I hated school, as much as I hated school, I want to learn this crap.
Once William starts talking, man, when I go on William's show, I just sit there and just go quiet, because William will start talking and I'm like, okay. And I absorb whatever he's saying, man, because he just teaches you so damn much.
Yeah. And I got to reach out to him and have him on my show.
He has a way of telling stories, Bill, that you can tell it's romantic in a way. Yeah. Not in that weird lovey-dovey romantic, but there's a very strong emotional balance to it when he's telling those stories, and it's a thing to listen to. Linda, hey.
Linda. I hope all those test results come back A+ for you, hon. But yeah, how Jamie put it, it's not biblical, but it's his sighting with and his experience with the Bigfoot.
It was like a spiritual experience for him.
That's it. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. Thank you. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Very, very spiritual, because it was right after his dad died in that.
Yeah, Val, you're right. He did do a show in the medicine wheel. Yep. He did.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely got to reach out and get him on this show.
Yes.
He is something else.
That's my big brother right there. That's my Cheatanka, my big brother.
Well, he admit that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He calls me little brother.
Let me talk to him. No.
He tells everybody I'm his little brother. So we adopted one another.
Yeah. That's like me and Gwen Purcell, my little sister.
Yep. Gwen's amazing, too. I hope she's doing well.
Working a lot lately. But I haven't really been able to talk to her because of the way she's been working.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in weeks, so I got to reach out to her.
But that's the thing. You get a lot of understanding the history from William too.
You do,
and that's what we need. Oh, okay. I would say I just read that from Val, but no, it skipped up. But anyhow, what they are like with William and most Native Americans, the history and the understanding of like the Raven Knocker, the Wendigo, and I cannot pronounce that. The noodle like you do.
Yinatalushi.
Yeah, that one. I hate that because my tongue gets tied.
It's really simple. Just take it slow, Bill. It's Yi Na.
Yi na alushi.
Yeah, there you go. See, you said it. You got it.
That sounds like haluski.
Yeah, it does. Dene Navajo is very difficult to speak. I mean, Navajo code talkers, you know, I mean, there's a reason the Japanese couldn't figure it out. So,
oh, hell yes. Yeah, hell yes. But we need, you know, we got some in the Seneca, I'm trying to think what other group that was right around here. But, you know, they had their own language too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, so how did they communicate with other tribes other than some of the words are the same?
Yeah, I mean, some of the words are the same, but they also use, you know, like sign language. They form sign language between each other, you know, and they also had pictures that they would draw too, but then they learned to communicate with each other.
Okay.
You know, they learned each other's language, which would really be something a lot of people should be doing right now, is learning how to speak the language of other people. You know, I mean, that's why there's so many arguments, because somebody says something and we don't understand what they're trying to say, and we lose our cool when we probably shouldn't.
Like the one TV show. It's a cop show. It's on Friday nights. So
okay.
People want to know. I ain't mentioning the name because this is the last season.
Uh-oh.
But it's a family of cops and a district attorney. The thing is, the one cop had a hard time understanding this Arabic, even though he was over in Iraq. Language, because Arabic language is different from one section to the other and all that. And it showed the frustration he was having.
Right.
Because he couldn't understand them other than boom, boom. But so end up putting him in cuffs, taking him to the station. They got an Arabic translator. They said, no, that's this head. I don't understand that. You got to get someone else. So they had to find someone else. So yeah, trying to understand other people's languages like that is very hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Linda, did you really?
Yeah, Shawnee is very hard to speak. So is Navajo. Navajo is very hard to speak.
I had a doctor, an orthopedic doctor, taught himself to write Japanese and read and write. He taught himself. He didn't go no classes or anything. He picked up a book and started studying. Yes, Linda, you're right. Being around the natives does help.
Yep, 100%. That's how I got so much information about the skinwalkers and the Wendigo, is through the Native American friends I've made.
I had an aunt. Her dad was chief of their Seneca tribe. My uncle ended up divorcing her, and then she died from Alzheimer's. He moved her up toward Michigan. So we didn't get a lot of time to talk to her per se growing up. So I didn't get a lot of information. But I'll tell you one thing. When us kids played Cowboys and Indians, me and my brother were the Indians.
There you go.
Because of our aunt.
Yep. It's the only way to go.
Yeah. But I'd love to learn more of their history and their culture, the whole 9 yards, and we just never got to. And I'm upset about that. I really am.
Yeah. It's really beautiful to learn, though, man. The cultures are so amazing.
Yes.
You know, I fell head over heels for all of them, so that's why I stuck to what I'm doing.
And folks, let me tell you, he does a lot that is studying with them.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. Yeah. Now, with the Raven Knocker, let's get back on track here. We keep going sideways.
Okay.
And that's my fault.
Hey, no problem.
And I gotta try to figure this one out. Now, with the Raven Knocker, does the other tribes inherit that one? You said a few know about it, and a little bit know.
Yeah. I mean, because that belief spread out, it did spread out eventually. It started with the Cherokee, but it started spreading out over time. They too were being, plagued by this Raven Mocker when they had people that were sick or dying. Yeah, they too started having to face this kind of entity. So it's something that, the idea spread. And so there you go. It started showing up in all these other tribes.
Okay. But like with the Wendigo, wait a minute.
Oh, Gugweed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wendigo, Bigfoot, and Dogman.
All right, Dogman is definitely a Dogman. It's not a Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's a canine or a canid.
Canid. The Wendigo is
it's a spirit. It's actually, you know what?
A demonic spirit.
Yeah, I'm going to say it, Bill, and it's going to make a lot of people mad. But the Wendigo, it's not a cryptid, okay? Because by definition, a cryptid is an unverified, undiscovered animal. The Wendigo, it's not an animal. It's a spirit. It's an entity that lingers around until it can possess a human being. So it's not a cryptid. Sorry.
The Gugwe is a different type of Bigfoot, I believe.
It is, but I kind of have problems with the whole Gugwe thing because the name Gugwe, it's derived from the Micmac word Kukwe. And in their oral traditions, the Kukwe weren't really Bigfoot, so to speak. They talk about them being higher than the tallest pine trees. And they talk about them going out at night and finding children to eat. And they do describe them as ape-like, but I don't think we're using Gugwe in the proper term. I think we should call them face eaters because Gugwe does not mean face eater like everybody claims it does. A Gugwe is a face eater. That name doesn't mean face eater.
Yes. And I got to agree with you on that because that's what I learned. With the Gugwe, they are very aggressive.
Yes.
And not just aggressive, but very, very mean.
Yes. They'll come at you. They'll have attitude with you.
Yes. And I know a guy that says he hunts them.
Oh. Well, I don't know if that'd be a good idea.
I don't think so either. But, with the Dogman, it's a canid, not a canine, a canid. The thing is that they go back to the Egyptian times of the pyramids and stuff.
Funny enough, though, Bill, not in the way people think. So a lot of people compare Dogman to Anubis. But like I've been trying to point out to people, in the earlier dynasties of ancient Egypt, Anubis was actually depicted as a normal jackal, as a golden wolf.
Yes.
It wasn't until much later on that Anubis took on a different form where he was giving the jackal head with the human body. Now, his brother, Whippawet, was considered to be an Egyptian werewolf.
Yes. And you're going to yell at me.
Uh-oh.
Anubis, I says, and I use them as an example.
Right.
From the movies The Mummy.
There you go.
I says, a lot of your movies with these monsters comes from old legends.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah,
I kind of wish you hadn't brought up the mummy now, because I'm hearing, O'Connell, I have all the horses. Hey, Benny, you're on the wrong side of the river.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm at fault. Before we get to Linda's question,
we're
going to do a commercial.
Okay.
One that I made.
Oh, you made a commercial?
Yeah, sort of. I'm going to put up the poster, or two of them, or just one of them actually.
Let's see it.
And I'm going to talk about it.
All right, let's hear you talk about it, brother.
Here we go, baby. The Penn Ohio Paranormal Conference 3. It's going to be the largest in Western PA, Eastern Ohio, West Virginia cryptid and paranormal conference of its kind. The 5 speakers we have: Amy Boo, Gwendolyn Purcell, Fred Saluga, Jim Sparks, Michael Cook, all great researchers. You got over 100 years of researching out of these people here.
Yep.
And Amy's going to be talking about the scientific and the Bigfoot research. Gwen's going to talk about her experience with the Bigfoot and what she's doing with the kids, getting them into it. Michael Cook from Cook's Research down in Kentucky. He talked about his experience, his research, and the stuff he does. Sparky, yeah. That's a brother from another mother. Me and him researched together. He's a great researcher. He will nail it to the wall. I'm telling you, got to catch him. Awesome researcher. Fred Saluga, 60 years plus researching. He is, we call him the John Wayne of Bigfoot. Plus, instead of WTF, what's it stand for? What the Fred? But no, seriously. I'm going to have a young lady that actually communicates with aliens going to be talking for about 15 minutes.
Nice.
Hopefully this other person, they're able to come and I'll have them up there speaking too for about 15 minutes in between speakers.
I've got a question for you, Bill.
I didn't do it and I'm not going to.
Gwen's going to be so mad at me, but how come in that picture Gwen looks like Velma from Scooby-Doo?
Oh,
she's even wearing the orange sweater.
Oh my God. Oh my, I'm going to call her Velma.
No, don't get me in trouble, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan pointed something out. Now I got to go with it.
I thought I was seeing things. I had to double take it. I'm like, wait a minute. Gwen looks like Velma. What's going on here?
Oh, shit. Linda, you'll love Gwen. I'm telling you, Gwen's a sweetheart.
Yeah, Gwen's awesome. Gwen's awesome.
But yes, you thought I was going to do the Dr. Pepper commercial. Oh my God. I don't always do the Dr. Pepper commercial. Yeah.
You probably should.
No, I can get in trouble with Linda.
Get them to back you, man. Get them to throw you some money.
Yeah, no, they already know I support them. But I can't do a Dr. Pepper commercial, Linda. I'm sorry.
That's funny. That's funny. But to get to Linda's question, but yes, the Wendigo is a shapeshifter in a very large sort of way. What happens is when somebody enacts cannibalism or they get a curse put on them by a shaman, the spirit that is the Wendigo takes over that human's body, and slowly but surely the human becomes a Wendigo. So in a very roundabout sort of way, the Wendigo is a shapeshifter. Yes.
And BJ says Anubis says he goes back to the biblical times too.
Yeah, the earlier dynasties of ancient Egypt. You got to remember,
Yes.
Egypt was around during biblical times.
Yes.
So yeah, they had Anubis way back in those days during biblical times, but he was depicted differently back in the
Yes.
day. That's why, like, if you watch Ten Commandments, the old one with Charlton Heston, you'll see Anubis is in there, but he's a jackal. But near the end of the movie, you know, that's when you see Anubis with the human body. You know, when
Yep.
what's his name? When Ramses' son perishes, he takes him to an altar that's Anubis. If you notice, the shape changed. It wasn't just a jackal anymore. It was a bipedal jackal. It's because Ramses, the real pharaoh Ramses, had a hand in changing how Anubis was depicted.
Shame on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with all honesty, that's with the dog man. Yeah, I've taken a dog man report, waiting right on the
Oh, yeah.
outskirts of town here, a mile away from me.
Right.
Who would think they would be this close or in town? To find out, not even a mile downriver, in the
Mhm.
little town of Farrell, which is it's not even a mile from me either. Yeah, you're right. Phoebe does look like Anubis.
Oh, I
Miniature.
want to see Phoebe.
But there is, you know, it was seen up in an alley in Farrell.
Oh, wow.
And reason of, the river runs right down through the center of Sharon and goes down through Farrell. So I believe they traveled the river. It came up from down there and went up and traveled the alleys where all the garbage cans are, because the garbage trucks run the alleys there in Farrell.
There you go. Yeah. Well, Lyle Blackburn's been saying that for a long time. They follow the creeks.
No.
You know, and you should know he studies the monster of Fouke, Arkansas. So you should know. Mm-hmm.
Val wants to know, are there certain areas where Wendigos are located?
Yeah, I mean, they're more in like Canada, Minnesota, the colder states. Like if you get a really harsh winter, then there's probably a Wendigo element to that state. But places like Arizona, where we're just, you know, hot and that's it, Wendigo doesn't want to bother with us. It's like, yeah, screw you and your hot weather, so I'm going to stick where it's cold.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like any dog, don't like the hot air.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it applies to Bigfoot too, though. I honestly think that Bigfoot and Dogman alike follow the creeks because, I mean, you got a water source right there. And with that water source, there's also prey animals that go down to get the said water. So you can be getting water and catching a deer or a rabbit real quick, you know, all in one spot. You don't even have to run around the woods looking for something. It's all right there by the creeks.
If you find a rabbit with its hair all messed up and it's all bewildered, don't get close, because it's probably going to smell like poop.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going there, Bill. I knew what joke you were thinking, and I was like, oh, God, Bill's going there. For shame on you, Bill.
I couldn't help it. It was there. Are the Wendigo generally as large as a Bigfoot?
Sometimes bigger. So with a Wendigo, the more that it eats, the bigger it gets. You know, so you could have a Wendigo that starts out my size, okay? And as that Wendigo is devouring more and more human flesh, it's growing more and more and more and more until somebody brings it down, until somebody destroys it. So it can be bigger than Bigfoot.
Oh, that's screwy.
Mm-hmm. That's terrifying.
See what Linda said. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I read that in George Takei's voice, by the way. Oh, my.
Yeah. But, yeah, the thing is, you know, Bigfoot's around here. 7, 8, 9 foot.
That's pretty big.
That's pushing it. Out west, you get 12 footers.
Yep.
You know, that's huge. I
Yep.
don't care. That's twice the size of me.
That could be a weather thing too. I mean, I think the weather might play a role in that.
The weather, the cover.
Yeah, look at some animals. Like, when you go to like places like where polar bears are gigantic. They're huge.
Yes.
So something like the cold weather, they're probably gonna get a lot bigger where there's colder weather.
I believe the polar bears are like the grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go. So how do you bring down a Wendigo?
That is not easy to do. What you normally have to do to bring down a Wendigo is you actually have to pierce its chest and you have to dig out its heart because there's ice around its heart. You have to melt that ice, remove the heart, take the heart, bury it in a silver box, take that silver box and bury it in hollowed ground so that the heart can't go back to life. Pet Cemetery reference.
Yeah.
Sometimes dead is better.
But like Mothman said, if you take down a Wendigo, don't bury it in sour ground.
Yep. The reason why he said that, though, is the Wendigo is actually featured in the Pet Cemetery novel.
In the novel.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a part that they cut out of the movie. I don't know why they didn't include it, but when Lewis is going to bury Gage, when he actually, dig him up and he's burying him to the Pet Cemetery, Lewis runs into the Wendigo. And the Wendigo lets him pass because he knows he's going to bury Gage in the Pet Cemetery. So the Wendigo allows him to go through.
Now I got to get the damn book.
You should. It's a better read, and just be ready. Because in the book, Gage is a little monster, man. You thought he was scary in the movie. In the book, dude, he's worse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a lot.
I like that.
A lot worse, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Now, I still like Christine too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Stephen King, he has a love for the Wendigo. In fact, the Wendigo is kind of implied in it. There's another book that he wrote. I forgot what the name of it is, but the Wendigo is implied in that one. And of course, it's in Pet Cemetery, and it's loosely implied in Christine as well.
Yes. And so, that man got a work mind.
Yes, he sure does.
Yeah.
Should be called a Where'd He Go or Why'd He Go?
Yeah.
Everybody asked when'd he go, but nobody asked why'd he go.
Well, he didn't like the party.
Yeah, it was boring for him. Bunch of stiffs.
I kind of like Stephen King's books better than yours, BJ.
Ooh.
Oh, she's going to beat my ass.
Them are fighting words. Them are fighting.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh,
BJ, I did not.
I'm joking. I'm joking, BJ.
Don't hold me guilty for that one. Don't hold me accountable, BJ. I said nothing.
He texted me that.
I did not.
But yeah, Pet Cemetery was freaky.
The book's even creepier, though. It's a lot scarier, man. Just the way that the baby is when he comes back.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up. And then Zelda in the book, the aunt, oh, God. No, thank you.
No. Sorry, Bonnie. We're going to make her have nightmares.
That's what I was saying. I was telling Bill that we're going to give people nightmares today, and we did it.
We don't want to do Bonnie that way, though.
No, it's the Halloween season. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
If you knew her age, you wouldn't say that.
I'm pretty sure I would.
Oh, my God. For some reason, I can believe that.
Oh, she has a doctor's book? Oh. You
Yeah.
okay, Bill?
Yep. Drainage.
The irony of it, Danny. The irony.
Yeah. Yes. The big time irony. I just met Danny here about a little over a week ago. Well, more. Yeah, it's a little over a week.
Okay.
Shut up, BJ.
She got you there. Ooh.
Yes, she did.
She got you good, too.
Got you good. Yeah, Danny, I kind of met him through Les Odell. And oh my God. Linda.
Take care, Belle. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, good night, Belle. Glad to see you out there. Linda sticking to Young Frankenstein.
That's a good movie. Putting on the Ritz.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, Paranormal Fellowship. I'm ducking.
That's it.
Uh-oh.
That is it. I
Bill's
don't know what
about
you're
to
talking
outside.
about. I don't know what you're talking about there, Fellowship. I don't know where you come up with that crap.
Uh-oh. Paranormal. He's mad at you now, Bob.
Oh. And I had respect for you at one point.
I was about to tell you, get out.
Nah, stick around. He's
Well,
allowed to be wrong once in a while.
Well, in his defense, what kind of Mountain Dew are we talking about paranormal? Are we talking the regular kind, the whiteout, Code Red? What are we talking here? Because there's a chance that he's correct.
Oh, see, I got backup. Yes, backup. Yes.
Uh-oh. This turned into a gang fight real quick. It's a tag team.
Yes. But with that, hey, my wife's out there. Hi, baby doll.
Regular mixed with vodka. Paranormal. I want to party with you, man.
You know what? With all honesty, what goes good with Dr. Pepper is Captain Morgan spiced rum.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I know I'm not. That shit got me loaded one night. It tasted
I'm sure
so
it
good.
did. I'm sure it did. Ooh.
Now, whoa, what the hell are we? See, the Raven Knocker's trying to get us going to one side or the other. Get him, BJ.
Oh, BJ, how you got to do me like that, man? That's not right. We're taking questions. I think it's fun. I like having this interaction with the audience, Bill. That's what it's all about.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's why I do lives. Yeah. That's right.
It's no fun without the audience.
And I hate doing those recorded shows.
Yeah, they're no fun.
No. And then they got to edit it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I do lives so the people interact with us.
Yep. That's the whole point of it. I mean, that's the learning experience. It's like having a classroom with a teacher.
Yes. And there's times no one speaks. It's like, really?
They're talkative today.
Yes, they are. And I like it.
I love it.
Has anyone taken it?
That's a good question. So this is going to kind of trip people out, and you guys can actually look it up while you're listening to us. Look up Swift Runner. All right. Look it up on Google. There's a man named Swift Runner who, according to history story, was possessed by a Wendigo. And so that would be the best picture of a Wendigo.
Is he still alive?
No. This was 1878. He was actually a fur trader who he cannibalized and murdered his entire family. And when the
wait a minute, we talked about that one.
Yeah, so when the Royal Police caught him, he showed him the murder scene. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that now.
Yep, I cover him heavily in my book.
Yeah. The heck was that? There was. All right, I'll have to check that out, Danny. Danny just sent me something through Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely got to check that out.
What's he got you looking into, Bill?
This, how can I put it? Chuck Jacobs. And I'm definitely going to watch that one tonight when we get off of here.
Okay.
Because that seems interesting. He's in it from the experiencer.
Okay.
Bigfoot and telepathy.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
So
I believe they can do some telepathy because they can do infrasound.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll stand by that one. Yeah, the infrasound.
Oh yeah, I definitely believe in the infrasound theory. I really do, but people need to realize that infrasound can be dangerous. You know, if they played it or use it at the right intervals, that could actually make a human brain just completely shut down.
Yeah. Linda had mind speak twice. See,
nice.
And she wanted to know too, and somehow I missed it right there. Can you communicate with a Wendigo via voice recorder?
I don't know, but I wouldn't recommend even trying it. Yeah. Because the Wendigo spirit, it's not nice. Like, you have Bigfoot and you got Dogman, that on chance there might be a really friendly one, but there might be that one that's a jerk. With the Wendigo, it's constantly a jerk. It doesn't care about human life. It doesn't care about you. So if you make contact with it, you're going to make that mistake of allowing it into your life. And it's going to be waiting for opportunity to come into you. Yeah.
And that's why I say they're demonic.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit's demonic because it's all about evil.
Well, I mean, the name itself actually went from Witigo. Witigo meant solely for oneself, okay? And that's where the term Wendigo actually was derived from. So once the first Native American warrior became that first Wendigo, they changed it from Witigo to Wendigo. And when they started calling it the Wendigo, its name changed to the spirit who devours.
Yes. And the thing is, as soon as you let it in, consider your life over.
More or less, and not just you, but anybody around you. Because it doesn't have to be you that follows into that curse or to that cannibalism. But if somebody around you makes that error, it's going to go for them. So you could be kind of cursing anybody around you if you try to contact the Wendigo.
I had a smart ass thing to say there, but I won't.
No, go ahead. It would not be complete without a smart ass remark. Go on.
I know a few people I'd like to send them over so you can do the cannibalism. But no, I'll be nice. But no, seriously, that's. I don't want to be near such a situation.
Me either. As much as I love the topic, I never want to see or experience a Wendigo ever. What's that
there?
Oh, I know the picture she's talking about. Yeah. Yep.
he did it from a vision his mother had.
Interesting.
And it was a crescent moon. Not unlike tonight, a full moon, like Linda said.
Okay, so there's an interesting point to bring up. So a crescent moon and everything, you're saying it's not a werewolf. The full moon actually wasn't a thing until later on. In original werewolf lore, a man could actually change into the wolf every night. And what would happen is with each time he changed, he lost more and more of his humanity. The full moon actually means that there was no man left. There was just the wolf. So they kind of altered it for Hollywood and for novels and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Hollywood really screwed up the true lore of it all.
Yes.
And Danny likes to know, have you ever seen a Squatch?
I might have. I actually had an encounter with a friend when we were out ghost hunting in the town that I used to live in about a year ago. But yeah, we were actually out about maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. So it was really, really dark. And, we had our headlights with us. We had our flashlights with us. And he had this really, really big pit bull. And this dog was not afraid of anything, Bill. This dog would run up to bears and everything, chase down bears. Yeah. So I got this bright idea that I was going to play the Ohio howl while we were out there. You've heard the Ohio howl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I was playing it in kind of like 5-minute intervals. I play it for 5 minutes, stop. I wait 5 minutes, play it again. About the 3rd or 4th time that I did it, we started hearing whooping calls. Like whoop, whoop, whoop. And when we were shining our lights around, we actually saw a pair of eyes that were about 7 feet up. And they were actually glowing. And when our lights hit it, it ducked down real quick. And then suddenly there was like a rhythmic clapping, like it was clapping its hands or its chest, and it's, like that. Yeah. And so we decided to leave, but whatever it was following us. And that poor pit bull was terrified. My friend had to carry his pit bull as we're leaving, and you could hear the heavy footsteps behind us. And it didn't stop until we got to his truck. So I think that might have been a Bigfoot.
Good possibility.
Yep.
The first time I talked to Jamie King, I got a hold of him, and he was home from work, thank goodness. And this is during COVID time.
Okay.
And I went out in the woods just to get out and of
course,
instead of being cooped up. As I'm walking through this thick brush, you can't see much around you.
Uh-oh.
I heard these heavy steps. Every time I stopped, it stopped.
It was pacing you.
And I got a hold of Jamie through Facebook Messenger. I go, Jamie, are you out here? Are you still working? He goes, no, I'm home. A guy at work had COVID, so they shut our section down, so I'm home.
Right.
And I went, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm out here at the dam, and I got something big bipedal following me, and I can't see what it is. He asked where I was at, and I told him where I was. He goes, oh, my God, that's where I had my sighting at.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I went, oh, shit.
So you had an encounter then, yeah. Yeah, I'm fairly convinced that what we ran into that night, me and my friend, I think that was a Bigfoot, because that whoop was very loud. It was a whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Well, I never did see him, but I did see that, I heard the steps in that. And he told me to get the hell out of there. And I said, I'm going to wait a little bit first and see if it'd take off on its own. And I'm listening for footsteps, and I didn't hear any. I take off finally after about 15 minutes, and I didn't hear no steps behind me. Everything was quiet, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not even bird. But once I got out on the trail and it was heading on up, got out of the heavy brush and that,
very interesting.
Then start getting going again, and the animals start making noises. Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh, okay. So, Linda, I follow the red path. That means I follow a lot of indigenous beliefs. So I have 2 different beliefs in owls here, okay? With Lakota teachings from William, owls usually mean that somebody close to you is going to die. Okay, so when you see owls in abundance, that's usually a sign from nature that somebody you're close to is about to pass. I don't want to scare you, so don't freak out on me or anything, but that's usually what the Lakota believe. But with the Iroquois, It's even a little scarier here. The Cree and the Iroquois, the owls are Pewaganok of the Wendigo. So when you see owls or whatever, that's usually a representative that a Wendigo is nearby. So in either case, it's not really good. And I'm sorry, Linda. I didn't mean
I'm going with the third one. I'm going with the third thing of it.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The owl was the good guy, not the bad.
Right.
But no, well, the night I actually had my Bigfoot sighting, when yes, paranormal. You're right. I was trying to think because that's what I was trying to think of. But
yeah, that's true.
The night I had my sighting, we had 2 owls.
Okay.
At each end of the campground, one above my van and one over there, and they kept talking to each other for over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that's another possibility.
And it's like, all right, now you're freaking me the hell out. But
I mean, that's the paranormal belief, but like with the spiritual belief, for what I follow, owls are usually indication that someone close to you is going to pass away.
Yeah. To me, an owl is just another predatory bird.
It could be.
To me. Different ones ask me, well, what do you think about the owls? They're owls. I don't think they're on the evil end or they're on the good end. They're just a predatory bird.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think owls are evil anyway. I just think that they're messengers. That nature sends you messages, and sometimes they use owls for it. It's like sometimes you'll see a deer. You see the same deer over and over again, or you'll see the same fox over and over again. It's because it's a spirit animal. So that's why you're seeing it, because you're meant to.
Yeah, there was a red fox down in Indiana County I used to see every other night that I worked late. And it always ran across the road in front of me.
Yep.
The one night I'm coming home, well, one afternoon I'm coming home, there it was laying dead in the middle of the road. Someone purposely hit it.
Oh, why would somebody do that?
I was so mad. Well, that red fox was pissed off at me anyhow, because as we was coming to one evening, it had a rabbit in its mouth. And then it got startled when it saw my vehicle coming. And it gripped on the rabbit, and the rabbit got away. And he looked at me, looking at the rabbit, looking at me, looking at the rabbit. You can tell he was mad.
He's like, "What'd you do, Bill?"
Yep.
I don't stop you from eating dinner, dude. Ooh.
I
think so.
All right. With the coyotes, I do believe so.
I think it's actually the coyotes following the Bigfoot, though. Because think about it. Coyotes are scavenger animals, okay? And if you want an easy meal, follow the big dude. He's going to get the pigs. He's going to get the chickens and whatnot. There's going to be scraps. Coyotes know this. They're going to be like, okay, so once he's done eating, we can steal his scraps and get the hell on out of there. So.
I'm thinking the other way around. Let the coyotes chase the deer, rabbit, whatever, toward them so they can snag it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
The coyotes, though, they're not very good predators, though. Coyotes will have to go after cats and rabbits. They're not good at taking down deer. They're not very good at taking down deer.
Small deer.
Smaller ones, maybe like fawns, but adult ones or bucks, not so much.
Yes, paranormal. They do mimic other animal sounds. They mimic human voice. Words, they can mimic some.
Yeah, so if you hear an 850-pound owl, it's not an owl.
I can't believe you went there.
Oh, I'm always going to go there. BJ, yeah, pets. Pets is another option.
Possibility. I think they do travel somewhat together, but not too close together. I got a picture somewhere of a coyote that was twisted up like a wet dish rag.
Ooh, he made somebody angry.
Who in the hell can do that?
The Roadrunner.
No, he just drops the coyote just drops things on himself or runs into
It's the Acme stuff.
Wall.
Yeah.
So no, he was twisted up like a wet dish rag. I mean, totally twisted the whole body.
Wow.
And I say the only thing I can think of that could do that to it is if someone skinned it and twisted it like that and did not look like it was skinned.
Okay.
But
Bears could do that. Bears could do that. I've seen bears decimate a coyote, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Just twisting it up?
Yeah, because they'll grab it and they'll hold on to it and just tear it apart.
There was no. This is just twisted and twisted and twisted.
Kind of like it was knotted up then?
Yeah, they didn't get knotted. It was just totally twisted tight where the ribs and everything was crushed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do that.
There was only one thing I know that could do that. Something big and strong.
Yep.
And you better watch doing that. Elmer Fudd might be out too. Yeah, like twisting a dishcloth. Exactly, BJ.
That would be a really painful way to go. My goodness. Ooh.
Well, they heard, the person heard the coyote yelp real loud.
Mm-hmm.
And Abaguchi will eat every piece of calcium on the site. Okay.
That means bones and whatnot.
What's that?
That means like they'll eat the bones because there's a lot of calcium in the bones. So, yeah, deer will do that too. I've seen deer eating bones. Talk about a trip. You see a doe eating a bone. You're just kind of going, wait a minute. I think you confuse the food chain over here.
Yeah. But no, they're getting the calcium.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, some bones hold salt.
Yep, they do. That's
how do the native people ward off the Wendigo?
So what they would do?
Don't get sick and die.
No, that's the Raven Mocker. So with the Wendigo, what they
that's
would do,
true.
They'd make sure that they had surpluses of food because cannibalism was the number one way to, fall prey to the Wendigo. But they would also do ceremonies to kind of ward off the vibrations that the Wendigo would give. They'd use white ash. They'd surround their homes with white ash or silver because the Wendigo is afraid of silver, white ash, and fire. So they had fire burning and, that way the Wendigo wasn't even tempted to go near that village.
Right. And Linda wants to know what the Abaguchi is.
I'll let Mothman answer that for you.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'll say this, what it's not is the musical group ABBA. They didn't shorten their name. Mothman, can you explain that for her?
You almost made me spit out my coffee again. That's twice, dude. Twice.
I'll get it done right soon.
You will. That's coffee abuse, sir.
As long as it's not Dr. Pepper abuse, we don't care.
Oh, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. If you make me spit out my coffee next time I'm on the show, I'll have a can of Dr. Pepper. I'll open it and just dump it out right in front of me.
I'll be in Arizona quicker than you'd think. The West Virginia Hodag. That's a simple version.
Mm-hmm. See, Danny knows what's up. Rule number 23. Don't mess with the coffee.
I'm not messing with the coffee. I'm messing with him. It's
Fair
him
point.
that's messing with the coffee. So blame him.
I don't like that loophole. I don't like that you found a loophole so quickly and so easily. This upsets me greatly.
Hey, I got to save my ass.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll allow it this one time.
Rule number 2. Don't mess with the Dr. Pepper.
What's rule number 1?
Rule number 1.
Don't mess with the Dr. Pepper.
Rule
Fair
number
enough.
3. Rule number 3 is revert back to 1 and 2. It's not the coffee, it's what's in it. With Ryan, we don't know what's in it.
Oh, I just got creamer in there. I got a new kind of creamer today where it's honey, cinnamon, and vanilla.
What?
Yeah. It's a good combo. It's really good. It's really good.
Drink it like a man. Black, hot, straight up.
Well, I can't do that while I'm on the show. Otherwise, my voice will be like, oh, yeah, it is coffee voice.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, shit. There we go. Way off topic again. He's going to do the Wendigo voice.
This is nice, though. This is great. I like interacting with the people here because we got some good people.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. 2 24-packs. Holy shit, Danny.
Whoa. That's a lot of Dr. Pepper, dude. You must really like that stuff.
Yeah. My PCP told me I got to back off on drinking the Dr. Pepper because I'm pre-diabetic because of it.
Oh.
And I looked at him and I said, dude, he's been my doctor longer than you have, so you better back off.
You really went there. Did you tell your doctor you can have my Dr. Pepper when you pry it from my cold dead hands?
Almost.
All right, Charlton Heston. Whatever you say, Chief.
Almost. Yeah, Danny, that's the way I like my coffee.
That's how
you and your wife drink all that Dr. Pepper. If we have a shortage like they did on toilet paper this last week or so on Dr. Pepper, I'm coming for you, Danny. Not your wife, because she might whip my ass, but I'm coming for you. That's right. That's right, BJ. Right there.
Oh, I think we missed a question from Winda, though.
We did? Wait.
Yeah, go up a little bit. Do Wendigo make noises?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's screwed up in the thing.
Yes, they do, actually. So one of the ways that the tribes were able to tell that a Wendigo was coming about is they would hear the cry, and they likened it to the sound of a high-pitched train whistle. So when they heard this cry in the middle of winter, that's how they know there's a Wendigo spirit about. The Wendigo's coming towards us. So yeah, if you heard a high-pitched shrill scream that sounded like almost like a human, but the volume was so much louder, it just sounded like a painful, agonizing scream. That's what they thought the Wendigo sounded like.
Like, can they kill a Wendigo?
Yeah, they have. In fact, Jack Fiddler, he made a career out of killing Wendigo. He killed about 13, 14 Wendigo, he and his sons.
Okay.
Yep.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was punished by the white man's law. When the settlers arrived, they decided that he was a murderer, and they didn't believe in the Wendigo. So, unfortunately, he met an untimely demise.
How wrong is that? They should go by the law of the land.
I agree.
But that's the way it goes. White man don't know that. That's why we pay taxes. Oh, shit.
Boss man, you're crazy, bro. You gotta love Mothman 46 though, dude. He
Yes.
brings much needed levity to every situation.
I do. He's great.
I haven't had a
Well,
chance to meet Mothman yet, though. I would like to meet Mothman 46 someday.
I wasn't sure who he was at first, even though I knew who he is. And then we turned around. With help, got it figured out. And
There you go.
Needed a lot of help to figure it out. And I tell you what,
He's a good guy.
Good. Yes,
He's
he
a good
is.
guy.
Big time good guy.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'd be careful with that, BJ.
Send your husband out.
Yeah, I would be really, really careful with that, though. If you're hearing a woman screaming like that in the dark, I don't know that I'd go check it out.
No, definitely not. I know just about where she lives. I know the area. Let's put it that way. She is out in no man's land.
I'm curious, what's the area? You don't have to give me the address, but what state?
Pennsylvania, Forest County.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would never go and check that out. I've heard too much about these skinwalkers out here in Arizona. They always told me, if you ever hear any sounds like that, don't check it out. Pretend you don't hear it. Ignore it the best you can. Just don't run to it.
Linda. Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, some days BJ would do that, but most of the time not. Her husband this past week decided he's going to do some trimming on a tree. That's in the line of sight of his tree stand. So he put a 20-foot ladder up against this branch, got up there, he trimmed the small branch off. Well, the big branch gave when the small branch came off.
Oh, no.
It went forward, he went backward, chainsaw and all.
Ooh.
Ended up with a big gash in his arm. Not sure if it was from the chainsaw, the ladder, what.
Oh, ow.
They thought he broke his back and neck.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, yeah, he
God
almost killed himself.
And God bless him for still being alive, man.
Yeah. Her mom goes, no way would her hubby go out either. Oh, man.
Smart guy. Very smart guy.
See, I'm stupid. I'd go out, but I go out packing.
Yeah, I can't say much. I'd go out and look too, but I wouldn't recommend doing so.
Yeah. BJ says it was the ladder. She went to the scene of the crime. Now, wait a minute. BJ.
Oh, wait, Danny's got a good question.
What's the difference between the Skinwalker and the Wendigo? How the hell did that one slide past us?
I don't know. So, all right, with the Wendigo, you're looking at a spirit, like a demonic entity, I guess you could say, and we'll say it in white man's terms, demonic entity that's just waiting for an individual or group of people to do things to invoke the possession, okay? Now, the Skinwalker, the Yinaralushi, now these guys, they choose to become Skinwalkers on purpose. So what they'll do is once they choose to dedicate themselves to the dark arts, they will kill somebody that they're very close to, a husband, a wife, a child, mother, brother. They'll murder them in cold blood, and they'll go to a cave and they'll start their chants and everything so that they can start, bringing in this dark magic. And it's through that dark magic that when they wear the pelts of like coyotes, bears, wolves, they can actually change into the animals. Because Yinaralushi, translated from Navajo, means by means of it, on all fours he goes. So one's a witch, one's a spirit. That's the simplest way to put it.
Okay. So Skinwalker would be man or woman.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really commonly heard of that there's a female Yinaralushi because it's mostly medicine men, but there are medicine women. And, so that selfishness, that greed does get to men and women alike. And they want to learn the quick path to magic. They don't want to be patient and learn in the right way. they fall prey to the darker stuff, and that's how they become the Yin Nararushi.
Oh my God, Linda.
There is going to be an X joke at some point in time.
Yes. And she got it in there.
She did. Well played.
And BJ says that tree was getting revenge for having the boat hanging off that limb for months. Then to add insult to injury, he cuts one of its limbs off. The accident was payback.
And we get the second X comment.
All right, paranormal.
Oof.
But anyhow, it's getting 8:45 in my time already.
Oh wow, we've been talking forever, haven't we?
Yes.
I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, it's been fun tonight. It's always fun when you're on.
Same. I enjoy coming on here, catching up with you, and trolling the hell out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, Linda, it sounds like he's dead.
Oh, wow.
But it's always an education with you, too. Not just being fun, but it's an education. And I want to thank you for that much, too.
It's my absolute pleasure, Bill. That's why I'm in this, man, because I'm trying to spread the truth and spread the facts and teach people some stuff.
Yep. And you do that. I'll give you 110% props on that one.
It's my pleasure. I love doing it.
Thank you, Mothman. It has been a great show tonight with Ryan.
Thanks for being here, Mothman. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to jump in here along with everyone else. We do appreciate you all.
Yes, very much so.
And I'm definitely going to be on a lot more lives. I'm going to be putting them out there on my Facebook group. I'll be doing lives there, but I can't use StreamYard or in that because somebody decided on Facebook they're going to do porno. So on their private group. Well, Facebook found out about it, so we are not allowed to stream to the group pages that are private. So I made a podcast page just for this.
That sucks.
So, yeah. So always a bad apple.
Yep.
But
it's always got to be one.
Yeah. But the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have 2 really good guests.
Ooh.
On the 23rd, Mr. Crowtown Squatcher himself, John Turley, will be on talking about his experiences he's had with Bigfoot. He's a great friend. I love him and his wife dearly. They're awesome. And then on the 30th, I'm going to have Sydney Stewart. She has a metaphysical shop down in Kentucky, and she does readings. And I'm telling you, she was at my conference last year, and she's the only one that stayed open after the conference was done, still giving readings because she's that good. And
all right, I'm going to drop down, Brother Bill. I will catch you on the flip side.
All right, you're going to another one?
Nope. I'm going to take my dog for a walk and just chill out for the night.
All right. Then that means I can go up the house and relax. All right.
All right. Everybody have a great night, and I'll see you again soon. All right. Take care, Brother Bill.
Good night. And good night, everybody.